It's a male thing, you know, in a bar where the man would, you know, I mean, meet for a few drinks and order some, you know, food to eat on the side, you know.
Food is all about, first, the looks. It's got to look beautiful, right? Same like a woman. Woman puts makeup, well, you start looking at her. You remove some makeup, what do? You look at another woman. Everything that you put inside is important. You just cannot single out one ingredient and say, okay, this is the most important one. No. It's a combination of all the ingredients that actually make 65 what it really is and give it a flavor. You always want to know why a particular name for a dish. There are many versions of the chicken 65. One of it would be, it was in the year 65, which now, this hasn't been around that long actually. In one version is, as I was told, it was chopped into 65 pieces. So if you chop the chicken into 67 pieces, will it be called chicken 67? No, that's another version.
Wow, there'd be minced chicken by the time you get 65 pieces out of chicken, unless it's 65 days old.
65 days old? No. How often can you buy a chicken that is exactly 65 days old? It would cost you a lot of money to buy a chicken that is exactly 65 days old.
Well, the industrial meat chicken farms, they have about 50 to 80,000 birds in a shed. And they might last as little as 4 weeks old before they go to Kentucky Fry, or just over 5 weeks old for the other markets. So not very long at all. I think if it's going to be of any value to the dish, they have to be older. Chickens don't get flavour and they don't get moisture in the meat until they pass that critical 50-55 day period.
So there was a cook, the best cook in the town. The chef made 64 dishes and he placed them across the table, and they liked everything. And then the chef came with one more dish and he said that this is the chef's special. That's the best dish on the table. And he said, so what's the name of the dish? But he named the dish 65 because he already had 64 in print.
The 65th dish on the menu was chicken fried. But during the printing process of the menu card, the 65 jumped out. And when the printer put it back inside, he put it after chicken, after the word chicken. So it read 64 was read as lamb, and then you come down to chicken 65, fried chicken. So that's really what happened.
Yeah, sounds most logical to me. I mean, like, you know, like chicken curry, chicken this, chicken that.
There are a lot of claims around the world about this dish. So there are a lot of people who make it with gravy. But as you see, R65 comes from a chicken breast, and then it's a boneless and skinless chicken, which is diced. What we do is we marinate the chicken and then we cook it.
No, not 65. Definitely not 65. If we put 65 ingredients into a dish, probably I would have to charge $100 for it, right? It'll be very expensive to make.
Yeah, if it's a battery chicken, it might be 165.
You only need 6 to, 20 spices, I guess, to cook a nice chicken 65.
Well, around here, all the names of our animals, we call them a name that whatever might be happening at the time. Like the cat is called Speedy because that's when I paid my last speeding ticket. This one reaching out here is called Cluck Cluck, and that one over there is Hen Len. And if you believe that, you're doing well.
It's all the same, I mean, you'll end up with, 100 recipes for chicken 65.
Absolutely makes sense. If you can come up with a more logical one, I would believe you, sure, definitely. But this is very logical.
Even if they all were correct, it still makes sense. It could have been the year 65 that it, became popular when the soldiers who were fighting the war against Pakistan, was it China or Pakistan? What was the war? Anyway.